In order for things to change, you must change. You may have heard the old saying, if you keep doing what you've been doing, you'll keep getting what you've been getting. I'd like to say that's probably a little false. Because in today's world that changes so quickly, if you keep doing what you've been doing, you'll probably get results worse than what you have been getting. And this applies in all areas of life, for your health, for your relationships, and for your finances. So since making that statement yesterday, I've had a lot of people reach out to me and say, Tom, yes, I want to make changes in my life. I want to improve every aspect of my life. How do I do it? What steps can I take? And the first step that must be taken is an assessment, looking deep into yourself. What's right, what's wrong, what's working, what's not? Where do you want to change? Why do you want to change it? The good, the bad, the ugly, everything. I can use the example of when I transformed my body just less than a year ago. I made a choice, looking in the mirror, enough is enough. I'm tired of living this life. I'm going to make changes. And if I don't make changes, it's going to get worse. So I made some choices immediately on what I would modify in my daily routines and habits that could produce the results that I want. You can see this whole report that I itemized and listed out how I did that transformation at mytransformationsecrets.com. And that's how I lost 28 pounds in 60 days. And since then have lost even more and have continued to hold it off for almost a year because I changed my lifestyle. But what you pay attention to grows, and what you don't pay attention to diminishes. So in the last couple months, some of the patterns and habits that I made during that transformation, I'd let slack. I'd been drinking a lot more coffee. I'd been eating a lot more candy. I'd been eating donuts. And I'm not a hater on doing things and enjoying some desserts once in a while, but more consistently not doing that is better. Once in a while is okay, but I was choosing to eat donuts and having some candy more frequently than I probably should have. So yesterday, I made the video and I made a choice to change my life. When I walked into the office, I picked up a piece of candy out of the candy dish, and in my mind thought, well, that's not congruent with what I want, so I put the candy back. I went in the break room, there were donuts in there, and in the past few days and weeks, I'd indulged myself in a donut. I didn't take a donut. I also had been drinking multiple cups of coffee, and my normal routine would have been to make that cup of coffee. I chose not to. I chose to fill up my large water jug and drank about 4 32-ounce things of that yesterday. Those were some of the minor steps that will pay huge dividends shortly. And then I also chose to attend 2 yoga classes in the last 2 days. So those small actions will pay huge dividends, especially if I'm consistent and persistent with them. So if things don't change, nothing changes. If you don't change, nothing changes. So what are you willing to change? What areas are you seeking to improve? And you have to look at it, the good, the bad, and ugly, all of it. If you don't change, where is that going to lead you? Health-wise, a sooner, health issues, death. Where will that lead you if you don't make the changes now? Relationship-wise, will that lead you to a divorce? Will that lead you to breaking up? Will that lead you to not finding that perfect soulmate for you? And finances, bankruptcy, going out of business, not being able to pay the bills. All these worst-case scenarios, you need to envision and say, I don't want that. What I do want is this. Get clear on what you want and take massive action today to make sure that you are moving yourself closer to the things that you do want and away from the things you don't want. We've heard focus on the solution, not the problem. So those are some things that you can do, but it all begins with that assessment and then getting very clear on what the ideal outcome is that you're seeking to attain in each of those areas. The clearer you can become in each of those areas, the more concrete that will be in your mind as to what decisions that you can make, what small, seemingly insignificant decisions you can make on that daily basis that will bring you closer to the results that you're seeking to attain. Just like I chose to put that candy back, not grab the donut, not make the coffee, and go with a healthier choice of drinking tons of water, moving more, going to yoga, and also I began a 4-day apple cleanse yesterday. So I may talk about that a little bit more in future videos, but after this evening it'll be 2 days. I'll be halfway done with that. So make some changes today, make it happen, and make today great.